Good morning. Today was not the Foreign Affairs Ministers who deserve a rest after 4 meetings in a week. Today I convened the Defense Ministers because at the end, in practical terms, and once the political decision was taken yesterday, it's a matter of defense policy, and it's up to the Defense Ministers to implement these measures and to use this funding. The first purpose of this meeting was to assess the evolution of the military situation on the ground, and the military staff of the European Union have provided us with a value assessment of this situation, gathering all the intelligence information that the member states contribute to our assessment and awareness of the situation. Certainly, the military campaign, the Russian military campaign, is becoming more and more ruthless, and the Ukrainian armed forces are fighting back with courage. Kyiv resists. For the ones who said that was a matter of hours, the fall of Kyiv, this is not the case. Kyiv is resisting, Mariupol is resisting, Kharkov are resisting. There are a lot of civilian casualties, and the flow of exiled people, don't call them migrants, please, the flow of people looking for shelter, escaping the war, is increasing, especially in the Polish border. We got the figures of all member states who have a border with Ukraine about the flow of refugees. I insist, don't call them migrants, please. In this situation, our support for the Ukrainian armed forces is crucial. Crucial. They need ammunition, the new healthcare material, they need defensive purpose arms of any kind, and we are going to provide them together with the member states, adding up to the efforts of some member states the resources that we decided to mobilize yesterday from the European funding. And everyone, I said everyone, agreed on that. So member states are determined to increase their military support on a bilateral basis to Ukraine and to top up this effort with the funding of the European Union in order to repel the unacceptable action by Putin, who is implementing this aggression to Ukraine with the support of Lukashenko, who, by the way, is organizing today a constitutional referendum in a context of oppression and widespread human rights violations. He's organizing a referendum to delete the Belarus non-nuclear status from the Constitution and to make Belarus a basis for the nuclear weapons of Russia. Everybody will understand the importance of this decision and the dangerous escalation of the conflict when Russia is putting in high alarm, high alert duty its nuclear missiles and its fleet in the Pacific and in the Baltic. Well, in order to be coherent, we will further strengthen our sanctions package against the Belarus regime and all those who cooperate with the Russian military aggressions against Ukraine. As I said yesterday, we adopted an unprecedented support package under the European Peace Facility to help Ukrainian armed forces to defend Ukraine's territorial integrity. And this was done in a record time. I started working on this proposal after the European Union Council. Immediately after the European Union Council, I started thinking that enough was not enough, that we could do more. And after the Foreign Affairs Ministers, when we decided finally to put Putin on the list and Lavrov on the list of sanctioned people, but we were not able to decide on the financial measures related to take Russia out of SWIFT, we start thinking that we should be doing more. And immediately we start preparing this decision, which in one hand mobilize resources to help military to Ukraine, which is, as I said yesterday, a turning point on the history of European integration. Because until now, it was considered that the European Union, which is a peace union, not a military union, was not allowed to supply arms to a third country. That's what we are doing now. This is another taboo that falls. And secondly, and tomorrow at the Parliament, we will discuss about it, that the ministers has been informed about the decision that will put a strong toll on the Russian economy, because to cut half of the reserves of the Russian central bank is going to be very damaging. But today the defense ministers work a lot on the coordination of the efforts in order to make effective all bilateral initiative together with our funding. And we have created a clearinghouse to keep track of the Ukrainian request in one side and their needs and our offers, member states' offers, in order to ensure maximum effectiveness and coordination of our support. And in doing so, this clearinghouse cell, will be working in coordination with NATO. Ukraine has been asking also support for geospatial intelligence. And we are mobilizing our satellite center, which is placed in Madrid, to work on that.